So this particular video is inspired by a comment I got about an instance where a reader opened the book to the exact page that they were thinking of, and they were like, "Is this a coincidence?" No, it's not. So, if you've been working with the Simon Necronomicon for a long time, or maybe you're just starting to work with it as you're reading your way through it and studying it and, just going over maybe you're reading it front to back, or maybe you're jumping from section to section, what you might find that happens is you're thinking about wanting to go back to a certain page, or you're wondering a question about the text or trying to understand something, and you go to open it, and the second you open it you find that you landed on the right page. I had someone make a comment on one of my videos saying that it effectively that same kind of thing, where they were thinking about something, they opened it, and boom, there's the right page that answered that question. And they were like, "Is this weird, or does this kind of thing just happen?" And after how many years of working with the book at this point, um, that happens all the time. And this is one of those things about the book where it's arguably, at least according to me, it's my opinion, anyways, it's the spirit of the book, and the book itself, the author basically, references the, the spirit of the book all the time. It says it, I'm paraphrasing here, of course. It's like 3:30 in the morning. Um, that things get revealed to you as you continue to work with it, and this is the one of the ways that the book does that. So the more that you read something, and the more that you let it kind of mull around in your head as you're going about your day, because when things go into the back of your mind, they tend to get a little more like organized and whatnot, and then you might be mowing the lawn or something, and boom, you get that idea. When things ruminate, that's a good word, then you know your brain can kind of make more sense of things. And as you read through the book and you're digesting things, you go to open it to a certain section or something, and you find you don't have to pull up the table of contents and then find the page and then flip through, and boom, there it is. It's more, you just open the book and boom, what you're reading was just what you were thinking of, or it answers that question, or you wanted to find that particular sigil, and the second you reach for it, boom, there it is. This is what the book does. It reveals itself to you over time as you continue to work with it. And I like to think that, and this is, of course, you know, the way that magic works, one of the theories anyway, the whole psychological whatnot. Well, whether it's psychological or spiritual, it communicates through magic, communicates through our subconscious. So if the spirit of the book is real, then the spirit of the book communicates through our antenna, through our subconscious, just guiding our hands to the right amount of pressure and angling and all that stuff. So when you open the book, boom, there's that page that you were looking for or weren't, but it was the perfect page to land on. So the book reveals itself to you in this manner, and there's so many times when I'm looking for a particular sigil, boom, there it is. Or when I was digesting the entire book to write Lamadou Dingir, boom, there it was. And I don't know if this has happened with any other book that I've ever worked with or studied more often than the Simon Necronomicon, because it's just the way that the book unfolds. So if you find that happening, that's not really just some kind of crazy coincidence, arguably, in my level of understanding, but that's just something that effectively happens. So even if you're working through the book and you don't necessarily have a question or something, and maybe you're reading it, front to back, try it sometime where you pick it up and you open to a random page and read it and see what it's got to say to you, and see if it resonates with anything in your current thoughts that you have and just whatever is going on, and it might start leading you down a mini rabbit hole because the book itself is a giant rabbit hole. Thanks for checking out my video. If you want to learn more from me, I have a lot of classes on Udemy. You can find the links to a lot of those in the description. If you want to check out my books on Amazon, I have Creating Consciousness, Magical Mechanics, Magical Theater, Handy Sigil Magic, Magical Movement, which is an update and expansion upon Handy Sigil Magic, Magical Mastery, which is a combination masterwork of Magical Theater and Magical Mechanics, and The Guide to the Spheres and Beyond. You can also find me on Facebook at Magickology YT. You can email me at priestofthenecro@gmail.com, and you can even check out my Instagram, which is Magickology. And good hunting.